Dungeons and Shenanigans. I'm going to be your DM for the day, and night, and future, and all present and past.
Yes.
Welcome. Thank you all for joining us. We're a little rusty on this, but that's okay.
No, it's been a while. We've got a break.
It's been a while.
We literally did this 2 hours ago.
I don't know what you're talking about, Abigail.
This is a whole different week.
Whole new week.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
Whole new recording session.
Yep.
Everything's brand new.
Yeah.
Lovely players, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Starting with our good friend Bella.
Hi, I'm Abby, still playing Vela, thank goodness.
I'm still Eli, still playing Kyle.
I think I'm Tara. Not too sure. Gotta check in with that, but I'm still playing Susie. So.
I'm Abram, and I'm playing the possibly cursed but all-powerful Dodge One Rin.
Just maybe curse.
Maybe
Yeah.
cursed.
Who knows?
Lookers.
We'll see.
And I'm Tanner. I'm playing Lucky, Wyvern Whisperer, but don't ask him to talk to the Tarrasque.
It's not gonna go over well. Yeah.
He would. Yeah,
We
100%.
have to try diplomacy.
Don't do it.
I heard do it. Let's go.
Yeah, no, that's
No,
plan.
no.
Plan Y is you talking to it.
Plan Y.
What's
That priority's
plan
already
Z?
Nuclear bomb.
Alright.
Yeah. Don't worry, I've made a plan for everything.
Plan Z is seduce it.
Yeah, which I mean, we need a bard for. So.
We need a bard.
And Plan Zeta? We don't talk about Plan Zeta.
No.
Plan Alpha is what we want to go for.
Hopefully, that one will work.
Yeah.
That one is that the Tarrasque will just lay down and take a nap.
Yep.
Yeah,
Plan Omega, though.
he just needs to take a little nap, and then we
It's
tippy
good
toe
night.
past him and frolic through the field. That's Plan A. That's Plan
Apparently oddly optimistic today.
Frolicking mandatory.
If there is
That's
no
the
frolicking,
main part
I
of
send it
the
back.
plan.
I send it back. This is not good enough. We need more frolicking. You know, I've looked at our episodes that we've posted, and there is not enough frolicking. Guys, we're
No,
really
we
lacking in
need
that
frolic.
department.
As soon as we get to touch grass again, we'll frolic.
Frolic.
Yeah, I can't wait to eat grass.
We're
again.
people on the online. Like, we don't touch grass. That's
Speak
everybody.
for yourself.
Because it's fantasy role playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantasy roleplay. We don't touch grass.
We eat it.
What?
Yes, thank you.
Shut up, Cal.
Yeah.
No reverse.
I think that gave me psychic damage.
Yeah, that one
Oh! My own power used against me.
Whatever will you do?
I'll fight try.
And this silly extravaganza is
Welcome to the shenanigans.
welcome to the shenanigans.
We bring out the shenanigans early.
Yeah.
We do.
We bring them.
We don't bring out the dungeons, but we do bring out the shenanigans.
Nope, yet to see it done.
No.
I mean, we're kind of. This whole place is kind of like an underground dungeon.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one big cave dungeon
mean,
thing.
I mean, we're in a dungeon right now. I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
We're
but
not
we are in a
able to
cold
get so
cave.
far,
This
but
isn't just
We are
casual.
locked in a basement.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. No.
No,
Voluntarily.
We are
Here
here
in
under
basement.
our own free will, and everything is perfectly fine.
Don't listen. Yeah, everything's perfectly fine.
Everything's for the father.
The all
Can I
fine.
go get my 30 minutes of outside time now?
No.
Aw, make sure you stay within your cage, okay? I mean your fun box.
The fun tent.
Gosh, that's terrible. Actually, nightmare fuel. We start the game.
Okay, never mind.
So Tarrasque.
No more yes.
And do running back in. You guys entered into Flame Reach. Narrowly passed through some wyverns. One of them noticed and came down to talk to you. Our good old totem barbarian went ahead and started talking to him. Exchanged a little bit of food to him for safe passage and earned his indifference. The wyvern flew away and you guys were left to keep exploring. As you were continuing on a bit further, you heard a big rumble, a rupture. As you watched part of the wall, the entire cave wall just start to fall off like shale. and emerging out from its grave and its slumber, a molten Tarrasque. Its black armor lined with rivers of magma, the magma dripping from its mouth as well, as it started to make its march towards the Crimson Meadows. All of you guys proceeded to try to run to the nearest city, Akaru City, for shelter and for safe passage into what you hope will eventually lead you to the Zanisha village. And as you guys are traveling and running, Cal casted Find Steed. And the steed he was focusing on was shattered and sent away. And in its place, a nightmare. The flames of this eternal, infernal horse emerging. You guys ended up going and eventually, through some teleporting into the ethereal plane via the nightmare, managed to get into Akaru City, where you all ran into a shelter to try to make sure that you all were safe. And that's where we last left off.
Remind me who we're separated. So it's Rose and who else was
Kella.
Kella?
Rose and
Okay.
Kella. You don't know, you haven't seen them because you guys are hanging out near the entrance. You haven't entered in very far into the shelter, and it's a very large shelter. It's like an underground parking structure. Like it just goes.
Okay. So they might be in this one, but they might be
Could
in a
be.
different one. Yeah.
Is it like catacombs?
Kind of. It's big, wide open areas, but there are hallways and pathways. It looks like there are like support pillars that kind of keep everything up and running and supported, but it does look a little bit more like catacomb-like.
I'm still connected telepathically to Rose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's
I'll
the
just be like, where you at?
I.
In your
Is
mom's
this
house.
Vela, right?
Yeah, still me. Yep, hi.
Okay. Still getting used to this. Okay. We're in some place. A bunker. I don't know where.
They're safe.
Same. I'm going to that giant pile of supplies to start working on it. I'm counting it.
Okay.
Do you see it?
No.
All right. Well, see you later.
Okay.
Ask
Bye.
if she's with Kella.
Okay. Bye. Are you with Kella?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Can he see the giant pile of supplies?
Yeah.
Can you just like meet us there? That way we're not separated.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks.
I love dice rolls.
Sure.
Everything is still rumbling and rupturing in here. As you guys are in there, make a perception check, because you're by the guards.
With advantage.
No.
That is a 16.
16. Okay. You do hear, as you're like escorting people in, you hear some of the guards whispering, and you see one of them is like, looks like he has some sort of like station, some sort of military power here, and they're all kind of like talking to him. He's whispering back to them. You hear them talking about the Great One. Are they going to deploy the Great One? I don't know. If they do, this situation might be over soon, but to deploy the Great One will be a very high risk. And they just keep talking about something known as the Great One.
Is it the Great Old One?
I'm gonna kind of.
And that's like all of what you kind of like piece together from like people screaming and running in.
Tentacles come from the sky.
I'm gonna go to the one who looks like the most in charge.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna kind of like offer my hand out as a handshake, and I'm gonna say, I'm Soldier S0-CI, a weapons specialist. Is there anything I can help with, ballistics wise?
Make a persuasion check at advantage.
Does it have to be persuasion? Ooh, 16.
He goes ahead and shakes your hand.
Yes.
Understood. What military are you from?
One above ground.
Above ground?
Yes.
Right. Well, if you are from the above ground, you should know other tactics. But down here, things are a little different.
I've noticed.
Yes. And he's starting to like look around at like just the chaos that's happening. Right. Weapon specialist, you say?
Yes.
What can you fight with?
Pretty much everything.
Everything you say.
Yeah, I've fought with a lot of different weapons before.
All right.
Yes.
We'll have you man the fusion cannon then.
Okay. Cannon! I'm so happy! Oh my god.
I want a cannon.
I want to give me a cannon in real life. Everyone, donate to our coffee so I can buy a cannon in real life.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we'll make it canon.
Yeah. The cannon will be canon.
Yep.
Don't worry.
Yeah, whatever you guys can physically bring to the session, that's what you get in game.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I'm prepared then.
Bring out
Don't
the
worry.
dragon.
Let me run to my house. I'll have everything. Except for a cannon. I still don't have one. Donate to us, please. I want a cannon. Continue.
All right. So you end up as you're like cannon, like he says that, and you immediately like.
Yes.
Whoa.
I'm like.
Kid in the candy store.
You're like a bush baby with how big your eyes
Yeah.
get. Slev, go ahead and take her to the fusion cannon. Number 4. Understood. This way. And
Go.
okay.
I'm probably gonna like before I go, I would make eye contact like with someone in the party, being like, "I'm going. Don't worry about me. Don't worry."
Yes.
Yeah.
Just tell Lucky.
Yeah. They're like, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
We know what it means.
Who knows sign language?
Not me.
Steve's can't. Come on.
Yeah. It's Steve's cat.
So you end up running off towards the fusion cannon. All right. Anything else anybody's doing? You're going for supplies. There is a bunch of people there that's like soldiers are trying to like control the flow of supplies, but they're getting overrun. Is the problem? There are people that are trying to stop just people taking supplies. That way, there's enough for everyone. It's going to be a hassle. So I will say you go and help with that cause. And then for you, what are you doing?
I see a lot of people panicking. Do I see any like youngsters in here?
Yeah.
A lot of kids.
Yeah.
Like going crazy.
It's a city.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of families.
So I'm gonna be like trying to be a calming presence for them.
Okay.
So I'm going around like handing out glowing mushrooms.
There's a lot of dwarven children here.
Never mind.
Oh, dwarven children,
Dwarven.
they don't get mushrooms.
No mushrooms.
They get spit on.
No, so I give them mushrooms and I make them light up and I kind of just try to
Okay.
calm them down.
You yourself are like a glow stick right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Some
so
that-
fun.
Every mushroom that you kind of like pinch off, you watch as it like tries to like start to grow roots, and you like have like roots attached that start to like try to attach, but then you bring it farther away and they just kind of wither away.
Okay, noted.
Awesome.
Right now,
Learning a new
there is
skill.
a power source in you that is begging to be released or
Mhm.
transferred or something.
Wow.
So when they spoke of the Great One, were they talking
You,
about me?
yeah, you're gonna explode.
All right.
Doesn't one.
I'm still trying to talk to Amanda about what we could do.
That's plan X, actually.
Okay.
See you throwing you
She's
over
kind of freaking out right now. I don't really, I don't know. And then you hear Ben go, "What did you see?" Like, kind of, because you're like still kind of in the area. He goes, "Da,
Yeah.
what did you see? The form out there,
Wings
wings of flame."
of flame, like a phoenix. So I'm told.
Amanda, he turns. "Give me the shard."
And it has a cloak of shadow as well.
Amanda, give me the shard.
Well, if it's a shadow and flame, it might be for Amanda. That might be better for Amanda, right?
She goes, why would I? No, I'm not giving you this shard. Amanda, your body can't handle that immense flow of aether. I can handle more than you can. I can't control it as well as you are, but mine can handle more.
Well, maybe you should
And then
touch it away
I
from
walk-
all these people.
I'll walk towards him as soon as he started calling me, and I'll show him. Look what happens. And show him the power, and then I just reattach it.
And like,
That's not how it usually works. There is a power.
they're overflowing with aether.
You should touch it away from these people, though.
Maybe we should
Amanda.
put it in the bag of
We don't want
holding.
them hating you guys more.
Amanda, the shard. She's like, she's still holding it and using that protective aura around her hand to like not basically touch him. She goes, no, I'm not going to subject you to whatever he's going through. I don't even know what he's going through.
He seems to
Feel
live
fine.
perfectly fine.
He goes, Amanda, please. And he rests his hand like on top of her hand, not touching it yet. Please.
You see redemption after the rope.
What a strange redemption.
You hear
This is pretty intense for some rope.
Yeah.
Hey, that rope was very important to me.
Let's talk this
she
out.
reaches in her bag and like gets this piece of cloth and just kind of covers it, hands it to him. Outside here though. He grabs it. He's coming with me, and he just starts to walk.
I'll head
with them.
Okay. Lucky, what are you doing?
I'm going with them.
All right.
I don't want to.
That
I'm gonna-
decision's together.
Low intelligence.
Oh boy.
I'm pretty dumb, but this is stupid.
You're dumb, but you're wise.
I think we need to mix
you're
it
not
with the
ignorant.
unrefined spirit metal
I think you are correct.
and just pour all of our energy into that.
Yeah.
Kyle, what are you doing? Go back to the shelter.
What?
To like,
What?
Lucky, sorry.
Okay,
Who said that?
DM, what are you doing? Go back.
Lucky, go back.
Why?
It's not safe for you out here.
I'm-
We don't want you going cuckoo.
I am the last person we could have to worry about going cuckoo here, Cal.
That was a low blow. Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you. Keep going.
All right. As you guys walk out to the square, you see that rubble has just crushed most of the buildings out here. It looks like this was like a marketplace of some sort. All the carts and everything else has just kind of been demolished and destroyed by
Any magic
rubble.
weapons we can pick up?
I was gonna just say the same thing.
What'd you say?
Any magic weapons or scrolls we can pick up on the way?
Nope.
Okay.
This is a market, like vegetables and like foods and water.
Oh, take a water
Water.
skin.
You look out and you see that there are these like crystals that look like they are like fully formed, but they have liquid inside of them.
Ooh, I would grab those.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll grab.
All right. So you end up grabbing those. They're sealed completely. Like it's a crystal growth, but it looks like it has water in it.
Water crystal.
How many do I get?
I mean, you can get as like a bunch actually.
It's crystal clear.
Yeah, I'll get like 5.
Okay.
Thank you, Abby.
I'll put one of them in the spider backpack so we can get some drinks.
Yeah.
Some drinkage.
Yeah, you look over and it's like shriveled and
Oh,
like
poor
not doing
guy.
Here's some water.
The crystal itself it's not like a pop cap or anything. It's just a sealed crystal.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it'll dissolve.
Yeah, he'll digest
It
it.
won't.
It won't.
It's like a hard crystal.
You
Like
have to-
the crystal.
I'm using it as storage, so it's a backpack.
Okay, just so.
Yeah, I'll put mine in the portable hole.
Okay, cool. So you guys end up going out there. Ben just kind of stands out, looks over, and you see Susie like running up a like a staircase out towards this long bridge that leads to like a big like dome basically. And you see that there are 8 domes out there, and she's running to one of them.
Do we see any of them blasting yet?
No.
Yes, and I look like this is where I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
I'm running perfectly in line. I almost blend in with the other soldiers.
And
A pink
last
streak
I
behind
see-
you.
Yeah.
in your socks.
from my socks that are definitely inside of my boots.
They're spelling out
But
now.
they're so big.
You have leg warmers over your boots.
No! No, please. This isn't the 80s. No.
Yes, it is.
No.
It is, actually.
This is canon.
We're canonically in the 80s. All right.
Hey Tanner,
Yeah.
welcome to the
No.
80s. So you're all kind of like running to the middle of the square, picking up just odds and ends. Everybody who went out into the square, make a perception check.
It didn't work. That's my like 6-3 for the night.
Oh my gosh.
Perception?
18. So minus 2,
11.
11,
16.
16, Lucky?
Dirty 20.
Okay. Lucky. As you're out there looking, you do see that there looks like it's a potionary, like a small little like hole in the wall potionary that's crushed, but you do see that there like the outside of it. And you do see that there are potions that are kind of like broken and spilled out, but it is a place that has potions, it looks like. But it is abandoned.
I would point it out to Daw, since Daw's already finding stuff.
Okay.
I would go over there. And
Okay.
grab what I can
Is there
get.
some acid?
You end up going over there and look, and most of it's destroyed and crushed, and you're watching it all mixed together. And you see part of it's like sizzling and creating this weird assortment of aromas.
I need to be quick. So I just, whatever bottles look undisturbed, I grab those.
Okay. Just go ahead and write 5 random potions.
Figured it was best not to have those this time around.
Oh yeah, since you ended up with the vials last
And
time,
I just drink
that
them
turned
all
out
right
great.
there. No.
No.
Okay.
The vials turned out amazing.
Yeah, couldn't have been better.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You take them, you put them all in the portable hole.
Shoot them up.
Yeah. Just turn into a titan. So.
Turn into another great one.
So while you're out there kind of trying to focus in on all of this, Ben goes ahead and unwraps this. Cal, you be the one next to him. You see the shard that he has looks very similar to the very core, the cube, that was inside the Aether generator. And it's a small shard, but it is a shard nonetheless. You see the details on it look very similar.
Lucky's singing too, right?
Lucky was pointing out the potion shop,
Oh,
and, now,
yeah.
and now looking back at it.
Yeah.
You would notice this too, Lucky.
This is what I saw in the basement
In the basement,
in my dream.
he's just
It
looking
was
at
just a
it,
lot bigger, of course.
the cloth kind of just covering it. And the shard itself is like this big. Like it's a pretty big chunk, but the cube itself is like massive. But it's just a small like corner piece, it looks like.
And that was the core of the reactor before it was destroyed.
And there's no doubt about it, it is spirit metal. He's just looking at it. Kill me if I go berserk, please.
We'll try.
Am I back there by this?
No.
Okay.
This is you looking for the potions. Alright.
I'm going to cast Bless on it.
Thank you. Is that a D4?
A D4.
Cool. Cool. Alright. As he goes
Would
ahead.
that count with an Aether check?
Could. As he just. Because is it ability checks or just skills?
I'll look it up.
And does it go to saving throws as well?
Add number roll to the attack roll or saving throw.
Okay, so not ability checks, just
Yeah.
attacks and saves. Alright. Goes ahead and just goes ahead and grabs it, and you watch it immediately as he's just full accepting this power. You watch the energy travel up his arm, up to his core, and just blast out into the rest of his body. His eyes are glowing that green color of this energy. You watch as he's just flames are now starting to erupt out from him.
Stepping
You-
back.
Huh?
I'm stepping back.
Okay. You see flames are now starting to erupt. They're like green flames that turn red and then back to green. It's fighting. And you watch like the earth around him start to like... This is an intense aether effect. Susie, as you're running out to one of these domes...
He's outside of the gate, right? Just making sure. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are out in the courtyard.
Yeah.
So you're running out to one of these gates, and you're just... and it's a big dome that he ends up unlocking it, and it... You run inside, and inside there's a large chair, what looks like a whole console of like controls, like and levers. And you look over and you see the whole bottom of this is all glass. It's all like tempered glass, and you look down, and at the very center there's this sphere and all these other spheres that kind of like are like surrounding it, and rings around each of them.
I'm trying so hard to stay like composed. I'm definitely like, yes, oh, so cool. And then I'm like, oh, I gotta look like I'm professional.
So,
this is the best day
so
ever.
there's one core sphere, and then there's two other spheres around that. All of them have rings around them that are interlocking and spinning with each other.
Okay.
And there's one large ring around those all.
Okay, and then like, who was the guy that was traveling with me?
Sev.
Sev. Okay. Also, what are they? Also dwarves? Is like everyone here dwarves?
He is actually a drow.
Oh, he's a drow.
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay.
Primarily, this is all Durgar here, but there are smatterings of different races here as well.
Okay.
But he is a Durgar, or a drow. My bad.
A drow. Okay. So then I'm gonna say. Okay, and how do you mainly operate this?
Right. Okay. So and he goes ahead and runs over. He sits in the chair, and it's a pretty big chair, and like it's like the whole console and a bunch of levers. And he goes, okay. It's been a long time. Right. Okay. And he pulls this lever up, and you hear everything go. And you watch this light in that large ring start to just and spinning very, very fast. And you watch those orbs themselves, they start to and spin around and orbit around that main one in the center. And you watch the room that you're in start to glow in this blue light.
Blue's good. I like blue.
You're like, okay, this is good.
How do you know it's not evil?
Yes, yeah. Blue's good. Blue's good.
Blue's good. Okay, we're good. Isn't it interesting how in Star Wars all of the lasers shot by all of the rebels are red, and then all of the empires are green? Interesting thought. So,
Blue.
while you're in there, he goes ahead and goes, all right, arming it. All right, cannons are a go. And he goes ahead and pulls another lever. And you watch the screen on the front. And you see it's a big open window, and then sliding from the ceiling is this reticle. And then he gets off the chair, runs over to one of the side walls, and ends up pulling a lever, and then start to pull a chain. And you watch all of the gears inside here start to, and everything's moving, and you watch a giant cannon start to emerge outwards.
I'm in a stationary tank. This is the best day ever.
And he goes ahead and goes, right, so this lever turns you, this lever makes you go up and down.
Okay, y-axis, x-axis, got it.
Make sure you aim true. It's too far, I think, right now. When you're ready, go ahead and pull that lever. Only when you're ready.
That one fires.
That one fires, that one arms.
On fire. How many shots do I have?
This one, it takes about, give or take, 12 seconds before it's able to fire again. These haven't been fired in a very, very long time. They are old. I don't know how many shots they can fire.
Alright.
The fusion reactor hopefully doesn't blow.
Is there a fail-safe if something does start to blow?
Run.
Got it.
And you look over and you see like out in the other like vented windows of that giant window, you see another cannon just in the periphery.
Okay. Yeah, so move, load, fire. Got it.
Mhm.
Anything else?
If you think it's gonna attack you, still fire at it. If it looks like it opens its mouth to try to blast lava at you, you probably will die either if you run or not, so just might as well shoot it.
Yeah, no, sounds good, yeah.
Another thing,
Yeah.
if you see the light in there change from a blue hue from the reactor itself, probably not good.
So when the blue goes away, just leave?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably stop trying to fire it.
Okay.
It needs cooldown.
Okay.
That should be it. Good luck. And
Yeah.
he goes ahead and runs over to like one of the other side walls and like opens that door.
Yeah, good luck to you too.
And then shortly after you're like
And then I'm like,
you're looking at this control panel.
I'm in a tank!
And as you're looking around, you're looking at the ground and the floor, that glass bottom, and everything is starting to charge up and amp up, and like the generator is active, and you hear another. Looks like he hopped into another one.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, you're in a fusion cannon.
So I probably kind of like move with the controls a little bit just to get used to like moving the up and sideways. Yeah, I'm like, okay, getting the hang of that. Oh, that one's a little rusty. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, it is an interesting one. As you're in here though,
Yeah,
you
so I shoot straight down.
Like, oh dang, I killed the people.
As you're in
My
here,
leg.
as you're in here, like operating these controls, you see your hair starting to like frizz up and like start to like lift up. Like static electricity is just humming in this whole area that you're in.
Tie
Probably
it back in a
not.
ponytail.
And you do feel like static on your hands. Like this is probably not the safest place to be, right above a generator like this,
No.
but
But I mean, I was in one
But
generator
soldiers are
explosion. What's
dependable.
another one?
exactly, you'll be fine.
I mean, the first one gave me cool powers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
it technically took me home.
This one will make you walk through walls.
Oh, perfect! It's what I've been needing.
Because you'll be a ghost.
Yes,
Like,
I mean, yeah, people may not always see me, but like
Yeah.
I'll be there. But
Are you a painter? Because you're gonna be painting the walls with your.
yes, you know,
Everything.
I've been pretty artistic recently.
Mhm.
We'll just see how pretty the cannon is gonna look.
Her blood's pink, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Glow in the dark.
You have a blood disease. It turns your blood pink.
Gosh dang it! I have the rare pink blood.
Sorry, you have the extremely rare pink blood that also has sparkles.
Oh my gosh. It's a curse for
Mhm.
Shatterkai
You
specifically.
bleed glitter.
I'm,
Mhm.
Does she see Ben down there?
No.
Like the
No, because this is
I'm
like
facing
out.
out. Yeah.
This is out this way. You guys are over here in this kind of corner area. Okay. As he touches onto this, you watch as he grasps his blade, and he's just holding it while he's holding this crystal, and you watch the blade itself start to awaken and start to build itself into what he imagined for the first forge. And you see the flames around the hilt, the blade itself made out of almost basic fire, hardened and compressed into this molten metal. As he's holding the hilt, you see that the flames are now starting to erupt off of him. His armor has these flames that look like wings that just kind of spread out from him. He has on his helmet it looks like this crest that just barrels out from the back and the sides. He is generating an immense amount of aether. But let's see if you can contain it. Natural 20.
Oh,
Oh.
Fight fire with fire.
My God.
Let's go.
As he starts to just
Super super.
and you see the rocks around him are starting to rumble and float around him. You watch some of them start to turn into these like spear-like implements, and they start to like orbit around him and his blade. Looks like all aether forms are being active right now for him.
Nice. Didn't he say it was flaming something else?
Flame and Earth.
Which is what this, probably this Tarrasque is.
As you see, he's just looking outwards towards this. You see his sword erupting in flames and energy. That green aura is now radiating from him. You'd only touched it briefly. He's holding on to it. You watch that energy is spreading very far from him. If you don't want to like touch anything that's emanating off him, you're gonna have to get like 30 feet away from him.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
Like it is rupturing the earth, and everything around him is hot. You all feel that flame hitting you, and it's almost too much to handle. And he's just, his eyes are still glowing. Everything is in a state of flux. Susie, you watch.
You see this new threat.
You see.
And I say,
You're in a
You
cave.
see, you see light start to happen over there, and you're like, doesn't matter. Okay. You're still looking at the controls, and then you just hear. And you look and see the Tarrasque's head turn towards you all. Turn towards Car City.
how's that first city looking?
You can't see that from where you're at right now.
Okay.
You just see the Tarrasque in the distance fighting. You do see that there are red giants that are starting to actually do damage.
Oh.
They are making it bleed that molten blood. And it does look like it's having a little bit of difficulty, but it's still strong. And as
It's not
it,
mortal, it's just bleeding.
huh?
It's bloody.
It's not bloody. It's molten-y.
Oh, molten.
And more lava-y because it's pouring out of it, so it turns into lava. It's
Oh my
making it.
I want to shoot a cannon.
And as you're like, okay, and it just and starts to walk towards the Car City instead.
How far out is it?
At this point, because it has been kind of approaching at like kind of an angle, maybe about like 3/4 of a mile.
Okay.
What's the range of the cannon?
I didn't ask. He said that where it was a mile away, so that was definitely too far though. But he said it took about 12 seconds, and this thing has long legs. So I'm gonna start to like prepare the shot then.
Okay, so do you arm it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you aim up and get on it.
Yeah.
And you hear.
Are any of the other cannons by me also powering up now?
Nope.
Well, I'm ahead of the game.
And you do hear it start to, and everything in the room, all the gears that are on the walls, you see them start to arc with that blue energy. Everything is being supercharged right now.
Okay.
And you just hear it, and like ascending to a tone. That sounds like a constant.
Okay.
You hear just like it is.
Is it maintaining, or does it sound like it's gonna break?
It sounds like if you just can, everything in it is like that little like ring is spinning at such a high rate of speed that everything's shaking a little bit.
Yeah, but is it gonna break?
You don't know.
Okay. I mean, he's still moving towards us, right? Like,
Mhm.
is he closer now? I mean, it has long
Yes.
legs.
Yes, he is closer now.
Yeah.
And you watch as it's like all like spinning. Everything in here is a bright light right now.
Okay.
Energy is now sparking off. If it's any time to fire, now is the time.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's now like, has it been like 12 seconds? Yeah. I'm firing.
Okay. You aim up.
Yeah.
You pull the lever and you watch as it just.
Oh my god.
You watch as this energy beam blasts outwards into what looks like a shell, that or a mortar that is supercharged in energy that just rockets forward.
This is awesome.
Go ahead and make me a ranged attack roll. So you don't have proficiency with this weapon technically.
I don't, but I am proficient in long range weapons.
You are.
And
So I'm
all
gonna-
weapons.
And all
I'm
weapons.
aware of this, but this is a weapon you have never encountered before. Something.
So what am I
So
adding
this
on
would
to that?
this would be a +2 because you have your archery bonus of ranged weapons. So this is technically your ranged weapon.
Would
So
it be intelligence?
Proficiency bonus is a +3.
yes, yeah. So not your proficiency. So go ahead and roll a d20 and add. We'll say because this wouldn't be dex based because you're not using your dex. We'll
Arcana?
say. Let's see. This would be.
What is intelligence?
Oh, it's
Sure.
based.
We'll say no.
Yeah, this probably would be an intelligence one because you're actually having to aim and properly get everything right. So an intelligence check, we'll say +2 and plus proficiency.
Okay.
Because you're proficient with weapons and experimental weapons given your military background.
13.
13. Blasts outwards. And you hear the other ones now starting to... All the other ones are starting to arm now.
Mm-hmm.
You launch out yours, and it blasts forward. You see it rakes the side of its horn. It doesn't fully hit. And just...
So close.
And as it hits the wall, you watch that energy discharge.
You see bodies flying
Fireworks.
everywhere.
Yeah, no.
When
Oh.
but in that distance, make a perception check.
There's another one.
No, please.
Adult red dragon.
9.
Yeah, you wouldn't see it then.
Yeah, I'm just up. Pretty lights. Yeah.
So you're like, oh, wonderful. And you see Ben is now holding this crystal and just looking outwards. And you watch the flames retract in towards him to where now it's more like a 10-foot aura around him of just this intense immolation of flames and molten rock that's just starting to orbit him. Eyes are still glowing that red now, that molten color. Alright, let's see what I can do. You see he's starting to walk forward, the plate armor. And you see the plate armor itself looks like it's like covered in flames, like feather-like flames. You see he goes ahead and grabs his sword and throws it. And as he throws it, you watch his form travel with his sword as he, like a spear of light, arcs across the sky.
It's kind of an upgrade.
Just a little bit.
As he arcs across the way, you watch almost like the visage of wings appear out from this giant spear of fire as you see impacting, as you missed. You're like, dang it! Hit into the side of this Tarrasque, and you watch as it.
Ben showed you
Yeah. Am I like Ben?
You see it like hit the side of the Tarrasque, and you see Ben holding onto his sword, just bearing it into the Tarrasque, the flames igniting out from the impact. The Tarrasque immediately notices it.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
don't say.
It's a good time to shoot.
Good time to shoot again.
Yeah.
So everything in like the system is now.
Yeah, he said not to let it overheat, so I'm gonna take some time to do like, oh, mental math. I was this far, like kind of recalibrating from like I missed it. I was over here, kind of trying to like get that situation figured out a little bit, and then I'm like 1 alligator, 2 alligator. It's cold enough, and I pull it.
You pull it to arm it again, and
Yeah.
and it starts to arm once again. Okay. So Ben right now just made a huge impact into that, and then you hear all of you guys hear this. And then and this big tribal chant coming from the Crimson Meadows.
Bunch of fire giants with hair in their face. Like,
Yeah, they're washing out.
So it's like the Survivor opening.
No.
But you would see from your perch. You look over and you kind of have to get out of your chair and like look over out like the corner of this dome, and you see the gates. There's like these giant gates on like the mountainside of like the base of the Crimson Meadows, and you watch those blast off. Like they started to open slowly and then were just destroyed and thrown off. You watch them hit the lava and you just see a giant hand climb out, and you see a fire giant larger than any other fire giant you've seen, about half the size of the Tarrasque. You watch its hands themselves, they look like the fingertips are blackened and they have this like sense, like form of necrosis almost on it. The hair is just long and matted and shaggy, and he just in full plate armor, the same black armor that the rest of them wear, these large hooks and horns that come off of the armor itself. No helmet. All that he has is one large spear. He just steps into the lava and at this point he's about like maybe like waist high in lava, and just walking out towards this Tarrasque, and it is still reeling from the sword hitting the side as it and goes to bite down as it just grabs the jaws and is just holding it there and roars right back at it.
So everyone at home, take out your D&D bingo cards and check off Godzilla versus King Kong. Let us know in our Discord if you've gotten a bingo yet.
Also check off some of them the option for a kaiju battle.
Yeah.
Kaiju battle?
Yeah,
Kaiju battle as well, kaiju
Same
battle.
thing. It's the same thing. It's the same box.
Mhm.
Different font.
Great Ape is a kaiju. Let's just put that out there.
Oh my gosh.
So, this cataclysmic battle of the two of them clashing together. The other blasts launch outwards and they hit the Tarrasque in the side as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if Ben got hit there? And those discharges, as it hits, it discharges all throughout.
Do I recognize that as Ben? Sorry, quick question. Or am I just like, oh, it's a flame creature?
You wouldn't.
I don't know that's Ben. Okay. I was gonna try and be like, hey guys, don't hit the guy. His name is Ben, but nah, I don't know, so
Nope.
it doesn't matter.
You failed your perception check, so.
Yeah, doesn't matter. This is what he gets for being a rope burner, anyways. So, yeah.
So, clashes into the side of this creature. He is going full form on this thing. Daw, because you still have your aura, you notice the shroud itself is like on like the back of the Tarrasque, looking down at this fire giant that has just rocked it, or is trying to, at least. It stopped its jaw. And you look at the phoenix form that's around it, and that one's staring right at Ben.
interesting. Okay. Can I try to make like a mental connection to them? I don't know how, but I just would like concentrate on using my power to, or my inner aether to speak to the spirits.
Doesn't appear so.
Okay. Then,
Good answer.
then since that didn't work, can I can see them, right? I'm close enough to them so I can see, or
Who?
the Tarrasque and the giant.
Oh no, they're like a half mile away.
Okay. Okay. Then
You just know who the players are.
yeah.
Susie doesn't right now.
No.
You do have a telescope that helps you with that. Yeah, you see Ben.
Oh, you see Ben now? I'm like, dang it, Ben, what are you doing?
He's always in the wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna get killed out there, man. What,
He
just get
still
behind a
has the
cannon.
unlimited rope with him, so now that's all burnt.
Oh, my rope!
Unlimited.
The rope and the shard.
He just keeps burning rope.
So what are you doing?
So I would just, I think I'd make my way towards them, like
Okay.
running after them.
All right. That means you're gonna have to go through the rubble of the city and run towards the Crimson Meadows, which is.
Or is there a higher point? Like she's up on a turret
Yes.
thing. Can I make my way up to the top? Because I just want to get like an advantage point.
Yeah, you can honestly get to the one that she's at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
You saw where I went.
Okay. You end up walking over, and you don't really know how this door works, but you know she's in there.
Yeah. You probably hear me like laughing inside. I'm like,
Focus.
Yeah.
You just hear boom, boom, boom.
He's to the right a little.
Who's that? Dodge? What are you doing here?
As you banged on it, you watch as where your hand hits it, you recede, and you watch the metal itself is started to erode away.
Hands off.
Killing my safety precautions.
Looks like the aura that's around you.
Yeah. It's doing its job.
I was going to invite you in, but now I'm scared. So you have to stay outside. And then, I'm like, is that Ben out there? What is he doing?
So I just hide around things so you don't see.
What? No, I'm talking to you. I knew you were there.
There's no window to see
Yeah.
each other.
No, but he was like, aim higher, and I'm like, that's Daw's voice. And I'm like, what is Ben doing out there?
He touched the shard that I touched. Gave him powers.
You touched what shard? I've been helping people.
You've missed a lot. Amanda was holding a shard from the explosion. The what was it called?
And I'm like, from the what?
The thing.
Question, fire the cannon.
Dom, make a dexterity saving throw.
Do I roll again? Doesn't work. To hit.
To 5.
Hmm?
5.
5. Okay. You get blasted back.
Gosh dang it, it's the same freaking roll.
14.
Yes.
Miss again.
No.
You're not used to this machine.
Not used to my dice rolling not high numbers, apparently.
Are other people hitting?
Yeah. Seems like, they trained. They know how to operate this.
Well, I'm asking for my viewpoint because I'm right at the gate.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
doing good
you
for
see
never
this.
doing this. Okay.
We're in the courtyard.
Yeah, we're outside the gate. So.
Portable spot.
Yeah.
So I yell into there. I say, after that explosion, I get back up and I said, the generator, part of the ether generator, it's a shard from what was powering it. I touched it and it gave me something, gave me some kind of power, and I just touched it. Ben has full hold on it, and it's supercharged his aether. So
Is that why you've been glowing green?
yes, and I'm things are eroding when I touch them too. So be careful.
Well, stop touching things. And
And I just,
and how does Amanda? No, I knew it. I go, but how does Amanda have that shard? Did she blow it up?
I don't know how she had it, but she said she hadn't handled it because she didn't know what it was. They were taking it back to examine.
I'm like, you need to ask her how she got that shard, man. And then I'm like, "Brrr," like, yeah.
Now to the right a little. I told you.
I adjusted.
Up a little, maybe arc it.
You're not seeing what I'm seeing, dog.
Okay, because I'm seeing the Tarrasque. I don't know what you're seeing.
And I'm seeing a lot of levers that I'm doing really good with. Let me enjoy having a
You're
cannon.
doing amazing. Just focus on hitting your toe.
And this is a fairly large dome. You're in basically a telescope observation.
Yeah,
Like an
that's what I've
observatory?
been picturing. Yeah.
With just a giant window open for your aiming.
Yes. So I've never been happier. I want that to be clear. I'm thrilled.
Everybody in the shelter, you do hear every one of them, the charge and the blast. Like that rupture.
That's just me. I think I'm the only one.
Yeah, you and Rose.
Rose and Kella?
I thought we
And
were
Kella.
just.
And Augustus.
And
I thought we were
Amanda,
hanging out
and
here.
Shamison.
Are there any fire giants in the courtyard? Like,
No, not in the courtyard where you are. It seems like fire giants don't really stay here.
oh, sorry, the other things that are fighting.
What do you mean?
They're right next to the Tarrasque.
Yeah, in the distance, like a half mile away. Like you can see the red of the fire giants fighting. They're still fighting on it. Yeah, they're still trying to like combat it. So you guys watch as that fire giant that is the massive one is holding the jaws. You watch the chest expand and compress as it fires off this lava right in the face of this creature. As it finishes, just roars back at it and just like throws its face into the ground, into the lava, and you watch picks up the spear and just keep stabbing into it. And every time it stabs into it, you see that there's this ribbon like flag that hangs from it. And every time it stabs into it, you watch as it sparks with this ephemeral energy that just arcs off of this spear itself.
Is it Aether with your vision? Can you see?
Can I see the?
You look out and you do see that there is some sort of dark shroud just bursting out from this creature that is just stabbing and going feral and attacking.
Is it the same type of shroud I see on the Tarrasque?
No. This one looks feral and just chaotic, like uncontrolled and not being hidden at all.
Oh.
When you looked at Amanda, you didn't see any shroud from her. And then Ben, you saw a very faint shroud. But everybody else, you saw that their aura around them, their Aether aura.
Yeah.
But
Is it the same aura he saw it in the Aether water?
Aether water?
Yeah, when we had that awakening.
Oh, the baptism? No, it looks different.
Hmm. You.
Okay. And it's feral and attacking. The aim is gonna change a little bit now. Now from where you're at.
Oh, I just got it lined up.
Yeah, and you're like.
It's like a claw machine now, the way you're doing it.
It is. It moves like that. It moves very slow.
Oh yeah,
It takes a
it's
while
a
to-
big machine. Yeah.
Every time you like hit one of the gears, you just hear it like, and you see all the gears, and it starts to rotate and move to the proper function.
Yeah.
It looks like every time you hit, it's doing some massive damage. You make a perception check. Now that you're familiar with this machine, you're starting to see things move.
19.
19. You look down and you see that there is what look like two empty like tubes. Like there's like these different like tubes that are like on a track, and you see two of them are off to this way, and then there's an additional what looks like 4 on this, and those look like the ammunition they
Yeah, my
and
shots.
you look down, something looks familiar with them. And you look and you see that's a familiar dark metal. This looks like spirit metal ballista
Oh.
that's being supercharged and launched out.
Okay. I have ideas. Okay.
No.
But I presumably have 4 shots left now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I get this shot lined up and boom, fire.
Okay, and you watch and you look. You made sure it was aimed right, and you look down as he pulled the lever, and you watch as it launch out,
Mm-hmm.
and then it shifts over to the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is firing pretty large ballista. And every time they end up hitting, and that's when you do roll for it actually to see if it
I was
hits.
gonna say, are you just gonna give it to me? No, I still have to roll. Oh my gosh. 21.
Hits right into the side of it again. Actually, this would be its back because it's pushed down into the ground. And you watch as it hits the back as it just
Breaks its spine.
creates that arcing energy around it, and it lifts its head out from the lava. You see it just dripping off of its skull, and you do see part of it, its skull is exposed now.
Oh, so the lava did hurt his skull.
And you watch
Or
as it
the monkey stabbing him.
yeah, basically like where the like where it was the fire giant was
Yeah.
stabbing.
Oh,
Looks like
fire
it
giant,
ripped
I thought.
off
I was thinking
like
peacock.
part of that.
Okay.
And now you're getting a better look at the fire giant as like the hair is now moving. You see that it has these elongated horns that pierce out from the skull and arc back.
Oh. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I see that and I'm like, oh, like Bella. You have horns?
So don't your horns like start from the back and work your way front like that?
Yeah, it's a living crown, so it starts from the back and it's and then it comes to the front like a
Oh, I don't
circlet.
think I realized that.
Yeah.
Cool, noted.
What?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, hers look like the old like Caesar crown, like with like a little like
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a laurel.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically Hexblood's their horns are branches.
Oh, so even more.
So
like
hers
that,
are so hers are just black branches that like come out and like do that.
she's like a Kieran.
She's just a little guy.
Just a
Who's
little
sort
guy.
of alive right now, not realizing everyone left.
That's no, you're there with all the NPCs
you-
and our missing
you're babysitting the
PC.
NPCs
All the NPCs and NPCs.
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
Lucky, what do we do? We're just standing here.
Yeah, I mean, the smart move would probably be to go back to the shelter, but I mean, we can't really do anything to the Tarrasque.
The smart move would be to go to the shelter, but
Yeah,
luckily you guys are stupid.
Yeah, we're not cowards like Bella.
No, it's
need to
not
do something.
coward.
Bella and Kella, both the Ellas.
I was doing what I was told and then y'all left.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's at least just go to Sozi. How about that?
You guys are all standing outside my door. A little to the
Criticizing
left.
your aim.
Shut up!
I saw a dot head up the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. I'll
Let's
be
do
right
that.
behind you.
They're underneath,
Okay.
but there is access down there. The staircase
So
access.
I'll go up to
in
Dot.
case something breaks.
Yes.
But-
Yeah. And how like are they like as long as me?
As long as you.
Yeah. Like
No,
hybrids?
they are
Longer.
longer. They are enormous.
Okay.
Being
Sorry, I
right
thought you guys were gonna keep talking. I was
No,
trying to.
We're going up to where Dot went.
waiting for Jonah because I sent Cal ahead, but I am not following immediately behind.
Oh, Lucky, you're doing something sneaky.
Okay, Lucky, what are you doing?
I'm trying to see if I can see Ben.
Make a perception check. You know where he is, but to try to like identify exactly where he is on there, because he has flame around him and he's getting blasted from all sides with ballista.
Did he ever let go of the shard?
No, he traveled with it. What'd you say?
17.
You know where Ben is.
Does he look, just from what I can tell where he is, it looks like he's holding in there?
It
Doesn't look like he's hit by a ballista yet?
doesn't look like he's been hit by a ballista because you still see that light that is him, but you don't really know at this distance because it's like a half mile away now.
That's true. I will just stay here keeping an eye on Ben.
Okay.
And, like, if something is to happen, or, like, he gets pitched off somewhere to try and go help him.
Okay. He's very far away and above lava right now.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm not going right now.
Okay. Alright. So, anything else anyone wants to do while this fight is going on currently?
Need help in there, Susie?
I've got it now, but Doc, can you hang out for a bit? I have an idea.
Sure.
Okay. Just wait. Just give me a couple minutes.
And I take off.
No.
The door is still shut in his face.
Yes. Well, no, there's probably a little
I can hear
hole.
you.
There's a window.
Well, no, he eroded part of the door. So
Oh,
there's like,
it's like a super thick one. Like,
Oh,
like
okay.
you just like dented and eroded it a little bit.
I thought he made like a little
No.
hole.
Not that bad.
But he can still hear me though, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Where your fist hit though, you watch it kind of like splintered outwards like that, almost like metal shards, kind of like went like that.
Interesting.
Pretty interesting.
All right.
I mean, I'm gonna
That's
just
right,
keep
I'm
firing my
wearing
shots
metal
though,
clothes.
because I have 3 left.
Yep.
Can I just roll all 3
Yep.
now?
Yeah, just do all 3 right now then.
All right, so that is a 17,
Okay.
a 13, and a 10.
All miss.
They all miss? Dang it. Okay, so then I open the hatch.
So you did need help.
Okay.
No.
It's a ladder hatch. Like you have to like.
Yeah, I go down, and
It's all glass, so you can still see above and everything. So like you're in the inner workings right now, and it's a bunch of like metal catwalks that lead to different areas.
yes, I want to try and take one of the empty shells with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's super heavy. They aren't made of spirit metal. The shells themselves. It's more of like a casing, like a.
Does it still have like a cap on each end?
It's like a track basically. Like it goes like this.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to typewriter it back into place, so load each one of them again with spears, and then it's armed again.
Yeah. Oh, is that like a way for me to do that down here, or are they just empty now?
There is piles of, there are not piles, but there are other ones in reserve.
Okay. So I assume that I'm gonna try and pick one up, and I'm kind of like, this isn't really working. I'm gonna go up the ladder. I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna say, "Daw, follow me." Okay.
Sure.
And then we go down the ladders.
Trust you completely.
I go over to an empty one, and I say, "Okay, so you have like a bunch of extra energy in you right now. Can you try and focus that into this empty one?"
I can try.
Okay. There is no. It's like a revolver almost, like but it's just flattened instead. So each one of those is like a bullet. Once those are fired, then it just does dry fires. Because it supercharges it using the
like
reactor
there's not
to supercharge the spears. The spears are not presently in there anymore. There are other spears in here. There are other ballista spears in here, but they're not loaded in there.
Okay. I think I was misunderstanding.
Okay.
Because I thought it was just like, I don't know, I thought it was something that could be recharged just by his ethers.
The spears are just metal, right? They're
Yeah.
not spirit metal.
They are spirit metal, it looks like.
Are they all charged with stuff, or are they like empty?
You look at them and they look like they're forged. And you see that they have very fine detailing on them.
Okay.
So they look like they are forged for this purpose.
Oh, okay.
So they're
Well,
not,
then never mind. You're helping me load them now. That's what you're doing.
they look like they're forged for this purpose, but they look like their whole purpose is to absorb aether or absorb energy really, and then create massive output.
Oh, so that's what the generator does.
The generator
Yeah.
produces the power to charge these, and then it launches them, and the spirit metal enhances that even further, and then makes a massive damage. So technically, you could pour your power into one of these shots.
And kind of have like a super charged
You
shot.
could.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna grab one and I'm gonna load it. And
These
have
things. Okay, you're gonna need help with that. What's your strength
I
score?
figured.
It's pretty low for a big
I'll help.
elephant guy, but it's.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Cal, you have a great strength. You're coming
16.
with me too. You're good.
16. Okay. And then you have what? 20?
I have a 19.
19, and then you're.
15.
Yeah. All 3 of you guys could end up doing that.
But
And
before they do, I just want to experiment and touch the casing on one of them just to see if it's gonna corrode when I help.
so none of them have casings. There's just the guide that they're all loaded into.
So I'll touch one of the
spears.
Spears.
As you touch it, you watch it.
Okay.
Hey, we're doing that one, I guess.
Yeah, we're loading that one. Grab it.
That was loaded.
All of you guys are lifting this, and even for all of you, it's heavy.
Oh wow.
And you're like, you load it right in.
Can I do an Aether thing too?
What are you doing?
I want to use my dark element to enhance what he's doing.
Okay.
The draining.
Yeah, so you end up shoving it into there, and you close it, and then you move that thing to like arm it, and you see that there is a giant. It's like a plug almost, but then there is a particular like hole right there, and as you're like getting it loaded in there, you have to pull another lever to move it forward, and then you watch there is an arming pin or firing pin that actually launches the whole spear.
Yeah.
So you end up getting down there, and you two are right there by the firing mechanism.
Probably want to get out of there.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna fire it here, but I want to get more loaded so I can
Yes.
fire more shots in a row.
Okay. So I'll say for the rest of you guys to get this loaded, this is going to take a little bit.
Yeah.
So Lucky, you end up seeing the other ones firing off as well. Some of them hitting, some of them missing, and causing ruptures in this cave, and you see part of the magma itself ruptures as it gets hit. It's a massive amount of damage and chaos that's happening right now. You're watching the Tarrasque now pin this fire giant into the lava, trying to like drown it, and it punches its way through and is now like trying to climb on it, and it is a little bit bigger than the head of this Tarrasque, this creature. So it's a fairly large fire giant.
So big.
And it's got the spear and is now like trying to like stab into it as well. Part of its shell is exploding wherever he stabs, but he's still stabbing. This is a feral fire giant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's basically what's happening right now. Lucky, make another perception check. This time I'll give you advantage because you know what you're looking at.
22.
22. You see Ben, his flames themselves, they're becoming chaotic. It looks like he's not controlling it as much anymore. And it looks like a few of the spears discharged onto him. They didn't hit him directly, but it looks like they did discharge onto him. So he looks like he's starting to lose strength and control. So what do you do?
I'm going to. What am I going to do? I'm going to pull out the spirit metal dagger,
Okay, you pull out the dagger.
and I want to start focusing my aether into it.
Are you trying to focus an element or just your aether?
I'm trying to focus specifically air.
Okay. You're focusing air into it. Roll a d20.
$18.
18. You're focusing air into it, and you watch the blade, like, because it's a broken sword, but it looks just like a dagger now, just with the shape of it. You're focusing in your aether onto it, your air element, and you watch part of it is like starts to create these wisps around it. Nothing's coming from it much. Make an intelligence check. 5. I don't know.
I'm scared.
Seems like air isn't helping.
You're so smart.
Right. Well, when at first you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just gonna keep trying to pour air into it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 again.
$19.
19. This time you're pouring it in more and more, and you watch part of that, like, you see these like wisps of air start to travel along the edge of the blade and start to arc a little bit past it, and it looks like it goes into a point. And it looks like it's the outline of what the blade used to look like before the air itself fades away.
Okay. Getting the feel for it. So what I would like to do is keep pouring air into it until it gets to a point where like I could use it to propel myself. So if I need to basically launch over and catch Ben because he is unconscious or about to fall into the lava, I'd be
Gotcha.
able to do that.
I will say that is the extent of what you're producing with this,
Okay.
with when it comes to air.
Yeah. No, I would keep just trying to use air.
Okay. Yep. No change. That's the extent of what it is. You're being shown just the shape of it, but nothing more. It looks like it's not really generating much from it. It's not channeling that aether well.
I mean, it was designed for someone with fire, not really someone with not fire.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay. You end up loading it in. You have your 6 shots again at this
Ooh,
point.
got full 6. Okay.
You had a full 6.
And we're out of there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're out of spears now.
Okay.
That's the last
Ooh,
one.
last 6. Okay.
So your guys are down there as they're all loaded in. Is there anything you want to do to supercharge one of these?
The first one she shoots, I wanted to try something.
Okay.
I have a channel divinity feature, guiding strike.
Okay.
But that only works when I use it, like in the moment. So I just want to try to use my aether to like kind of do the same thing I do, but have this spear have the same effect as I do.
I would say you could, if in terms of that, you could give that to her.
With aether?
No, your guiding strike. You could be able
Oh,
to
like
use
when I'm
that
firing.
right as she's about to fire to make sure she gets the bonuses from guiding strike.
And I could be in there.
Yeah.
It'd be fine.
Well, not in there. Like you would be up with her in
No,
the
you'd
control
be
area.
at the control table.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, none of us are gonna stay down there. I
Yeah.
make sure they get back
Yeah,
up the ladder
okay.
first. Yeah.
I'll
So
do
that could be arranged right there for that.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do the thing I said I was gonna do before,
Which
is I'm gonna not be channeling into the spear itself. I'm gonna be channeling through Da to like enhance what he's doing to the spear.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm
So
supercharging him.
I'm
No,
I'm channeling my power into it, my energy into it, and kind of focusing on like the decay and the returning to the atoms that then produce new life. So I'm kind of looking at that decay portion of using
Okay.
using my probably like the light side of it as the life cycle, as the speeding up or the.
So for you, what are you doing specifically? Like I know you said supercharging him, but what do you mean by that?
Well, I've seen what his power does.
Uh-huh.
I've seen it firsthand. It erodes and
Uh-huh.
the way he works. And I've tried multiple times to drain with Dark Element, and I haven't been able to get right. So I'm hoping that using a conduit, I'll both be able to learn how to do it and be able to help him.
Okay. So are you giving him aether?
Because my Dark Element, the way I think of it, is negative energy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm forcing it through to him.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
a blight.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
I want like the moment of impact to like blast with necrosis.
Okay.
basically.
Yeah. That's super
He's
narcotic,
trying to
yeah.
give you aether, and it does feel foreign, but you accept it.
I'm holding you. I'm like with the trusting look.
Trusting big cow eyes, and
Let's
you're
do
like,
it. Let's
oh,
do
I
it."
can't resist your
Let's
big
get those
cow
big cow
eyes.
So you open up to him.
Yeah.
That aura around you immediately turns dark,
Ooh.
and it feels cold and foreboding for you. As you're channeling this in, you just feel a hunger. You just.
Has your fur become split again, or are you
No.
all okay?
I,
gold.
I turn into like a giant steak.
Yeah, and you're like,
You look over at him, and you see his antlers starting to change colors.
Turning black.
They turn like a silver from the gold. And you're seeing, just as he exhales, you see like his eyes themselves, they slowly start to turn a shade of red.
Cal, you okay?
Yes, we need to take down this beast.
This seems to be affecting you poorly.
It's okay. I'll sleep it off. I always do.
Always do. Okay.
Okay.
And I channel it in.
Need to be
as
in
quick as
a
I
So
can
what are you
get rid of it.
channeling to him? What power? Again,
The dark.
dark. Just darkness or a special attribute to the darkness?
The thing we talked about. I'm mixing them.
Okay.
so secretive. The thing we talked about.
You want me to text you so I can be secretive about it?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and do that.
Secrets.
Are no fun. Secrets hurt someone.
You subscribe to our YouTube channel, and maybe we'll learn what the secret is.
Subscribe to our coffee. Go ahead and send us a coffee, and maybe this time Tanner can actually stay awake.
He's been doing a great job.
Yeah.
Oh, that pain expression.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Babushka, no.
It's only been like over 36 hours.
What? Tanner. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanner.
Yeah, that's what we call Final
Why?
Fantasy 14.
Not even. It's just called staying up too late, hanging out with friends, and not having time to sleep before work. And then just saying, it's fine.
It's fine. I'll just go to work anyway.
Oh, that's right. You slept, what, an hour?
Not even.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when you have friends, Tanner. I can't believe you do this.
I know. It's a shame.
Okay.
This fight is going fun. I'm so happy I have a cannon. I don't know how many times I've said it. We're gonna have to keep like a running total of how many times I've been so ecstatic that I have a cannon. Can I take this with me? Can we travel with
Roll a
this?
d20 for me.
I mean, in
19.
theory, you could make a
19,
portable
okay.
ballista.
Da, as you're focusing in on this, you end up, what is this? Taking 18 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
As you channel your energy into him for this purpose, his body is not used to this. You are forcibly channeling this in. And he is accepting it, but you are forcibly putting this power into him. And as you are the conduit, that necrosis in you, you feel that something is not just necrosis. There is an additional effect that your aether that is being mass produced right now from touching that is now channeling into this. And you're focusing in and putting your aether in. You're putting the necrosis and the decay and the natural life cycle progression towards into this. And you're putting that into there as well. I need you to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
So how nuts does this look to me right now?
Insane.
I'm like, guys.
11.
11. Okay, you're gonna take damage when you start to propel this forward. But you have this energy arcing off of you in like these like whispers and shadow, and that green energy in these like little orbs that you're putting towards into the spear. And you're looking at the spear and it's starting to change shape almost. Like it's like where the actual like spearhead is, you see it start to like elongate a little bit further and start to create these brambles and thorns onto it.
And I'm like, that's gonna mess with the trajectory.
And you're starting to see it is looking more gnarled and like something additional to it.
Oh, I hope that ends. Do you do this to all 6 of them? Like how much?
This is just for
This
one.
is the first one.
Yep.
And is it done now?
You end up charging this in, and you, as you are channeling this in, you watch that aura channel all into this.
Oh.
And you watch your body Face plant.
Can you try and catch him?
My nose catches me.
I'm probably like
Planking with my nose straight up.
Flanking off the nose.
Huh?
I
think you win
probably
the flank
cannot
challenge.
catch him.
Because you were focusing on that, and as
I'm like,
after that
that's right.
happens, because he's drawing from you too, you also fall to a knee, and you're just.
And as soon as I'm done, I go and I touch both of us, and you heal 20, and I'll heal 5. I'll use 5 of that just to relieve myself.
Okay, you. It doesn't help completely, but it does give you that little boost.
Because I'm already at full health, but
Yes.
I'm using that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then before I leave, I'm gonna cast Aid. So me, you, and you gain 5 You gain 5 hit points because you're probably not at full. But since we're both at full, we gain 5 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Sick.
And then you guys, Dog, you're kind of unconscious right now
And I'm gonna pick you up, which is gonna be hard, but
because you're having to climb up a ladder too. So go ahead and make a strength check.
Yeah, I'll aid him in that too.
Okay.
So you can roll an advantage.
that's a 4.
4.
Roll an advantage. Roll an advantage.
You can have
I'm
it up and
helping
then
you.
you drop me.
Are you helping me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's better. That's a 17.
17. You're able to get him up.
Okay.
He's very heavy. This takes like a couple of minutes to even just move him up.
Yeah.
That channeling took a few minutes as well.
Yeah.
But I still want to make sure I'm there with Tara.
Yes,
I don't
you're,
want this
you're
to
up there
miss.
with her.
Yeah.
You end up like rolling him down onto like the glass floor next to the chair though. He's still out, still
Yeah.
unconscious.
And then I close the hatch and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, okay, it's go time, like, yeah.
Okay.
You arm it and you watch as it like you see that arming pin just attached to it, and you watch it like and it.
So I was probably using my left hand before, just naturally. So this time I'm going to put my right hand on your shoulder,
Okay.
and I'm going to be channeling my channel divinity.
Okay.
Is Cal left-handed? Is this canon?
Nope, not Cal.
Oh. Who?
Eli.
Spicy Lord.
Cal's not here.
Cal's not here right now. Sorry, Cal's not here right
The switch to the
Yeah.
left.
Oh, hey guys. Hey guys.
So as a conquest paladin, I think my we haven't really gone over this, but my channel divinity, my like radiance, is kind of like a mixture of like red with the conquest and purple with like the psychic damage,
Nice.
kind of fusing.
Kind of
to
like
make
regality too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this like kind of like how magic circles look like in anime.
Mm-hmm. It's just like the.
Yeah.
Cool. You create these arcing sigils around your arm as you place it on her shoulder, and you watch as it.
So I picture like you see like a magic circle in front of your face, like kind of like a scope.
Mm-hmm. It just.
Oh, okay. And I'm like, this is cool.
Okay.
So you get a +10.
I get a +10,
Yeah.
Plus 10 to your strike.
Yep.
Nice.
and
So go ahead
then
and-
I still have my regular. So it's my regular
Yeah,
bonuses, and then
regular
a
bonuses
+10.
and plus 10.
Wow. Okay.
What's your total?
So it is a 1 on
Oh.
the dice. Are you gonna count that as just a fail, or do I get to add the bonuses still?
You still get to add bonuses.
Okay. So that's 17 then.
17
Yes.
doesn't hit.
I didn't think it would.
Yeah.
That makes me very upset right
Thanks a
now.
lot.
Do I have? I don't think I have like a reroll feat at all for that, which makes me very
If
upset.
it got to shut up, we would. But
If we had a bard,
yeah, if we had a bard.
Oh. Gosh.
good.
Augustus also used both of his chronal shifts. We haven't taken a long rest.
So that's going to be
Yeah.
your proficiency plus your intelligence
Oh, yeah.
plus 2.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Which that total is 6. So then 6
Well,
plus
plus
1
3.
is 7.
Yeah, because proficiency is 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, my total that I've been adding is 6, and then plus 7. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Nothing.
I do have the Elven Accuracy feat, which I chose to increase my. Oh no, that was for Wisdom. Never mind. So I don't think I even have an advantage on that.
Doesn't that increase your range though? Gives you advantage.
Yeah, but I wasn't having advantage on this anyways. It gives me like triple advantage.
What do you mean triple what?
Well, it says I can reroll one of the dice ones if I have advantage on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so this isn't at advantage anyway, so I wouldn't be able to reroll.
Gotcha.
That's what I was checking because I was like, I know I have a feat,
Yeah.
but I didn't think it would be worth it anyways.
You end up blasting
Gosh
this.
dang it! I'm
you-
so mad.
You blast this out,
No cannons for her. Sorry.
No, please, I want the cannons. This is my first time using cannons.
You end up, as it supercharges, everything in here is rattling. And you... The rattling seems to have put it just barely off course. But
so
as you
upset at
pull
this.
onto this, you just hear... As it launches out, faster than the sound can just happen. And you just hear it. As it breaks the sound barrier, going at just insane amounts of power and speed.
I'm so upset. I literally don't have words.
At least
for
maybe
how
the blast
upset I
radius,
am.
because you must be
As
close.
you see it just
God,
launch forward,
literally.
you see as it hits, it doesn't look like it does anything. It hits the wall behind the Tarrasque, and then you just see everything just for a brief second, just not even a second, like 1,000th of a second, just inverse turn grayscale.
Oh. Wow.
And you see where there was the impact, there was this bubble that is the opposite of what the rest of the inverse is. As it fully restores back, and it just and creates this burrow, this decay. All the rock itself turns to sand. It burrows and burrows and burrows and continues.
They're so close.
And goes, and you watch it disappear as it burrows an entire new tunnel into the side of this underground.
Imagine if that hit the Tarrasque.
That's
I
what I'm
am
saying.
the most upset
Tarrasque
that I
killer.
literally don't even have enough emotions to show how upset I am right now. I
And
really do not.
You watch as it just burrows completely.
I'd be
in.
upset, but I'm unconscious for putting all
Yeah.
my energy into that.
It's
One-
you being unconscious.
And
yeah.
after that impact hits, you see everything inside the generator is sizzling and melting.
Let's get out of here.
Oh. Is
You-
the light no longer blue?
No, you
Oh.
overcharge this thing using your aether on top of that. Seems to have ruptured something and over supercharged the gears and the mechanisms that they've melted.
Okay, and I'm like, guys, we gotta get out of here now.
And you look out at the cannon, like the turret, you see it's exploded out. You ummerfudded this.
Guys, we gotta get out of here.
Am I still unconscious?
Yeah, we drag you out probably.
I'm dreaming of like the Tarrasque falling and dissolving into
Yep.
millions of little mushrooms and
Just,
like,
oh,
yeah,
it's gone, it's dead.
I'm all happy.
It's like Plants vs. Zombies, though. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so they drag him out. I only have one door in my cannon that goes to where the other guy went, right?
There's two doors. There's the
There's
one
two
that
doors?
leaves, like where you entered, and then there's another one that
Well,
goes
yeah,
down
but I
and
only
out.
go to one other cannon. I don't
You
have like a
mean the
cannon on
team?
either side.
Yeah, so it's you're the first cannon, and then there's a pathway that leads to another cannon, and then another cannon, and another cannon.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So I'm gonna be like, okay, you get him out of here, and then I'm gonna go to the next cannon just to be like, hey, my cannon's probably gonna explode.
You just hear,
Just a heads up.
you hear. What?
The light isn't blue anymore.
What color is it?
DM, what color is it?
It melted. There's no color.
Oh,
The
there's no color. It's melting.
You broke a priceless antique?
I didn't break anything.
She missed.
is-
That's why.
You're not here.
I'm right next to you.
And he
No,
like,
you're dragging him outside.
Oh.
and he like goes, I fired off as many shots as you have. And look, still running.
Maybe mine was extra old.
They were all made by the same craftsman.
He under warranty?
But this one was faulty.
And you hear it. Get out. And it's charging up the next round.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I don't know if it's gonna explode or anything. I just wanted
Leave!
I'm going. I'm out the door.
You shut it. Okay.
Yeah.
And as you see from this vantage point looking back at it, you've destroyed this thing.
Does it look like it's gonna blow up?
Doesn't look like it's gonna blow up because it wasn't supercharged to that point, but there is energy that's like in here, and you're having to pass through the inside of this energy. Because you walked out, you
Now you've
had him
made
set
two
it that way, and
times
you walked
in your
this
life.
way, and as it was,
I can't leave through his door to the out, or is there
it's
no
all
door to
one
the out?
pathway.
Oh, so then I have to go back and
Yes.
then go back. Okay, okay.
So there is this like energy that's now starting to swell in here, and you see the glass shards that kind of broke from this floor are now starting to like there's a new gravitational energy in here as things are now starting to break.
Interesting. I leave.
Okay, make a dexterity saving throw as you're
Okay.
running through this.
Yep. 13.
Nope.
Yep.
You take 19 points of lightning damage.
Ooh, 18.
As you're running through, and you just keep getting shocked by this energy, but you pass through. You're fine, aside from being charred a bit.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
You
But
guys
yours.
run down to the courtyard, and you just see Lucky holding the dagger, and you see just like these whiffs of air, kind of like producing the shape of a sword, and then fading.
Interesting.
Which, Lucky's frustrated. He just throws the dagger to the ground.
Okay, just ding, 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 ding.
Why'd you throw that?
So the cannon, I was able to know that was like spirit metal is what it was made out of, right?
What? Only the spears.
But not like the reactor underneath.
Nope.
Okay.
If it was the reactor underneath, it never would have melted.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wanted to try something. I know I just did something big, but I want to try something.
Are you gonna enter back into there?
Don't.
Don't. Is
Don't.
it hard?
Yeah, oh, well, it's
Electrocuted.
bad in there.
Never mind.
I don't recommend it. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there like the captain I spoke to earlier? Are there still like soldiers moving about, or does it seem like everyone's in a cannon?
Oh, the only people there are soldiers around. The gates to the shelter are shut.
We can't go back in the shelter.
I'm still dreaming.
Well,
I think
I
it's
want
all
to be
over.
separated from you guys.
You were dealing with the supplies, and you just you're
You're
dealing
doing
with them,
good. You're doing good.
and you looked up, and you just hear as all these locking mechanisms go into place.
Psychic, like, hey guys, just a heads up, the door's closed, so we can't leave.
Rose looks over at you. Yeah, I can see it too.
No, I know. I'm just giving a heads up to everyone.
Oh, okay.
Who is everyone for you right now?
Because I thought all you had
It's
was
So it's Lucky, Cal, Da, and Rose.
Okay.
okay. You don't hear any of this.
So it's not Susie.
Lucky and Cal, you hear this.
It infuses into my dream, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it totally
Really?
makes sense in the dream.
Yeah.
It's like hearing the alarm clock in your dream and like, what is that noise?
Yeah.
Do you hear
Just
that? And
dance to it.
you're like, what is that noise? Do you hear that? And he's like, I don't know, but let's dance.
Yeah.
Me and the mushrooms are all dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of it.
Yeah.
The
Like
trash
you see
body.
mushrooms are like on like the record player.
Yeah.
There's a DJ
Yeah.
just going.
Your ass is on the record.
There's half lumps and woozles everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fire alarm here goes, your attention, please. Your attention, please. Fire has been detected inside the building. Please evacuate immediately. And it goes, brr, brr, your attention, please. And so every time I'm like, it sounds like she's laying down a sick beat. So we have to evacuate. I'm all like, your attention, please. Your attention, please.
If that's not the the Gen Z mindset right there.
Yes. Honestly,
When it wakes you up at 2 a.m., you have to find something funny or you're gonna cry.
that's fair. Honestly.
All right.
Anyway,
You end up throwing the dagger onto the ground, and it clatters and clinks onto it. It's sitting there doing nothing.
I'm just glaring at it. Frustrated. Nothing's working.
Do I remember that was supposed to be fire? Oh, sorry. Are you sorry? Something else you want to do? Sorry.
No. It's just like, nothing's working. Ben's out there. He could be dead. Who knows? I don't know. He hasn't moved much. Lots of things are hitting it.
Yeah.
Very frustrated right now.
So since we can't get back into the bunker, we should probably find someplace in the city to hide. At least take cover a little bit, and then I would want to maybe check in with one of the soldiers that is walking around.
Okay. Lucky, would you be still looking at Ben?
Yes.
Okay, you watch that flame spear coming closer to you.
From the giant?
No, from where he was, where Ben was.
Is it still in the Tarrasque, or is it like moving
It's
towards
moving
us?
towards you guys.
Towards us.
You're the only one who sees this, Lucky.
Well,
I would pick up the dagger,
Okay, you pick up the dagger, okay?
put it away,
Okay.
and get ready.
Okay.
Whether to help him or if he's going berserk to try and stop him.
And you just see it launching across the sky right back at you. Do you tell any of your party members about this?
Well, Tanner gets into like a Kubidachi stance. We can see something's happening.
I don't think I've realized anyone else is here.
Okay.
Considering how I rolled a 1 for just general perception.
Yeah, you pick up the dagger and you're like, God. You look
and
up.
we're talking to. I'm like, Lucky, are you okay?
You look up, you see it coming, and you go, oh no. And you like kind of like take a couple of steps back while looking. The rest of you guys are like, what is he looking at? And
Yeah. What?
you're like, what the? And you look up. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw that was in the courtyard. You automatically fail.
17.
20 total.
20 total. Success, fail. Lucky also dex save at advantage because danger sense.
Thankfully, because the first roll was a 1. 21.
21, success. Da. Okay, you end up taking, what is this? 12 points of fire damage and 11 points of piercing damage.
Ooh. How are you, Da?
I just
I'm
hit
hurt,
20.
but
As he lands and just skids with his sword, and you just see him fall, and you see the sword, the flames and the shape disappear from it, returning back to the normal sword. You see there is a bunch of these stone fragments and like needles that are sticking out of you now, where those were surrounding him and you were in the impact when you got hit by those.
Do we see the shard in his hand?
The shard rolls out of his hand,
Okay.
and you see it still.
I'm gonna rip off some of like the bottom of my cloak,
Okay.
and I'm gonna wrap it around
Yeah.
and pick it up.
Okay. You wrap it around, pick it up, and it's still. Ben is just unconscious, his mind gone and blanked, and you just see he's just everything about him is just sizzling. You see part of him is just burned. You see like part of his skin is literally charred.
Okay.
The armor that he has, a lot of it's melted and like just destroyed.
How does the Tarrasque look?
The Tarrasque looks like it's struggling.
Good. I think the giant will probably finish it. But I'm gonna try and
Is
grab.
he unconscious?
He's unconscious.
Yeah.
He's
So he's unconscious and you're unconscious. So I'm gonna say, Lucky, Cal, grab Dot, and I'm gonna grab Ben, and I'm gonna try and like pull him so we can just drag both of them out of the open courtyard.
As you're like starting to slowly drag him back, you're seeing just parts of his armor just fall apart and just fall away.
And I'm like, whatever.
His cut falls off.
Yeah. Oh no, that was important.
It burns. But yeah, he looks like he is in a bad sort.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So you
I
end
thought
up,
he was just gonna touch it like do that, but no, we grabbed it.
and you end up pulling him away out of the open courtyard into like one of like the collapsed buildings, but like it's supported again into its collapse kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
kind of like a little cave area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you end up pulling him into there, and Dawn, you kind of just look down at Ben, and he's still like steaming and sizzling.
So this was kind of like a thrashed marketplace. Are there anything that looks like healing? And probably if there's more water crystals, I would grab one of those. For
There are water crystals.
Yeah.
There's no like healing per se in here. There are like
There's not like a juicy banana.
there isn't.
No.
No.
Dang. A fresh mango.
My potassium.
That's what Ben needs right now. Gosh dang it.
He's cramping.
Yeah. He's grabbing it. He's also on fire, but
Get this man some milk.
Pour the man a freaking glass of milk.
We need the milk.
So
Lucky would immediately start getting try to get the armor off of him.
Okay,
While you
yeah.
go-
As you get the armor off of him, you just notice that, like, you fully get it off of him, and you notice on his chest, it is also charred.
yeah, I grab as many of the
It's
water
just
crystals as
as
I
well.
can.
You grab as many of the water crystals as you can. You grab, like, a good chunk of them.
Yeah,
And as you're running, you see a few of them fall, but you don't care.
I don't care.
When they fall, do they shatter?
They just... looks like they crack a little bit, but they don't, like, shatter.
So then I kind of like put them all down,
'Cause I
and then
guess
I'm
you
also
just,
like, ooh, I'm also kind of thirsty. This is gonna help.
Okay.
But I crack them. I would probably pour one on him.
How do you crack it open? Just like a dagger?
Yeah, I try probably like the blunt.
Yeah,
just like you do
force.
with
Yeah, yeah,
You end up hitting it, and it, like,
yeah.
cracks open, and it looks like fresh water. You just-
Yeah, so I try to get him to drink some, and then I also pour some on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's no longer on fire or burning right now,
And
but
it's
he's
cold,
still
right?
burned. It's cool.
Yeah, not ice cold, but yeah, put the fire out,
Mhm.
give him something to drink, and then I'm also like, ooh, I'm a little thirsty. You guys a little parched? Here you go.
Yeah, he is in a bad sort. And you look where his hand was that he touched it, you see part of his hand is just gone.
Oh, like missing phalanges
Like
or just
missing like these two fingers right here.
Oh,
Like this part of his
ouch.
hand is just gone.
ouchie ouch.
Like just eroded and gone.
Probably wrap that up. Yeah.
Yeah, just start bandaging him as much as we can.
I say, who's good at medicine? Not me.
Not me.
Am I the best at medicine with a +1?
My medicine is a +0.
Oh, no.
+5, but I'm out.
Oh, but you're gosh dang it, nah.
You channel too much aether.
You would have hit.
Well, I guess
I saw that
Let's
too. I was
agree,
like,
but
I know how to wrap a hand. I do it for myself all the time.
but that was still a 17.
Yeah, I would say you don't need to roll for it since you've done this. You end up wrapping it up and like trying to stop anything. It's not bleeding, but it is like an open wound.
That was the same.
Looks like part of it is just eroded and decayed away. Looks like the flames actually helped him in this sense and it cauterized it. But yeah, he looks like part of him is just so badly beaten and burned from this.
Yeah.
So, burning off his fingers atones for burning a rope.
I'm gonna try something.
We're
Might not
gonna
work.
say it does
but
for
just
now.
because I have one more spell
Okay.
slot.
Until
You
he
do look and see his sword is still in the middle of that courtyard. The sword itself, perfectly fine. Nothing wrong happened to that at all.
Oh, interesting. I'll probably. Oh, are you
Yeah,
gonna?
I'll run back and grab it.
Okay.
Okay, you end up.
I have the strength to pull it out of the ground.
Yeah, wait, that's the only reason I'm letting you do that is because you have your such high strength. You end up pulling it out of the ground. This thing is heavy. And you're like, oh, even for me it's a bit heavy. But you end up kind of like walking it back.
You're King Arthur now. I don't make the rules. Sorry.
Yeah, so you end up walking it back over to Ben.
So I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on him.
Okay?
So he just covered in an armor of
Yeah, and it
ice.
just.
Ooh, of ice, yeah.
And that is helping.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I would also take off my red bandana and open it up and look at Cal and be like, put it in here, that way we don't touch it.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you put it in there and wrap it up.
You take off your bandana.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
That's
Have you
you're
taken it
probably
off yet?
seeing it for- No, I haven't.
You
So you're
take-
probably seeing it for the first time. On Lucky's neck is a branding of XIII.
and it is not a tattoo, but a fire branding.
Ooh, yeah.
Fun
Okay.
fact.
Probably just take probably I'm like in the middle of trying to crack one open and see it, and I'm like mental note. Okay, don't stare. That's rude. That's rude.
All right. As you end up wrapping up that crystal, and you're just, okay. That shard itself, it's not calling out to any of you, but you do feel something about you is, now that you know what it can do to someone for prolonged use, you see just everything in you is screaming danger against this thing. and it looks like it still has plenty of energy within it. All right, you end up our Agathis, and that is helping significantly on him. Anything else anybody wants to do?
Somebody could pull the shards out of
it-
me.
I'm
I
at
was
like
bleeding out.
No,
Yeah,
you're,
bleeding out.
you're just
Oh, no.
unconscious. You're
I
fine.
just got
Yeah.
shrapnel all over
Yeah.
me.
Do you have shrapnel on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all the little like spears of the rocks. Sorry, what were you saying, Lucky?
I was gonna say, I would look to Susie and be like, it might be worth getting one of their medics to come over here if they have any.
They're probably all in the shelter.
Yeah. I was gonna
We
check
can
in
look.
with them anyways.
We can
so-
look.
Okay. You end up
So-
getting up.
Yeah, so I wanted to check in with one of them and see like what the status of the battle was anyways.
Okay. You end up running up to him, and that general is still outside.
Oh
And-
yeah, I'll go talk to him again.
And you see he's like relegating different commands to different people, and it looks like he's got like a station set up with like a map of the different cities
Mhm.
and a flame reach, and he looks like he's like a battle map with like a little like things to signify where the soldiers are, where the Tarrasque is, and then where their defenses are.
So I run up and I go, sir, do you have any medics out in the field?
We have a few. We have one stationed here. Why?
One of my own is hurt back there.
Your own. How bad?
He's doing better, but just I'm not a medicine person.
Is he like
Oh, he was on fire before.
Go. And you hear him. Understood. And you see somebody run out, and in armor as well, like a lot lighter armor, like leather armor. But you see he has an armband that has the red cross on it.
Yeah.
As he runs out, and he does grab his equipment pack, and he's running out towards.
Oh, and also you're unconscious too, so he'll help with you.
Yeah.
So,
This guy's big.
Yeah.
So he ends up running over. He just sees Ben and goes, "Okay,
That fiery thing that was on the side of the Tarrasque, that was him.
huh?
Did you see that?
The guy that was fighting the Tarrasque. And
Yeah, I saw the impact. That was him.
That was,
that was
him.
him.
What happened?
His name is Ben.
Well, hi Ben.
He's burned. I covered him in ice just as a precautionary. I don't know what else to do.
Let's help him." And he starts to.
Also, Dawes unconscious.
Yep. Tanner, you're about to die.
Tanner, no.
It's blurry.
So he's like doing this and like trying to like get everything like set up, and goes, "Can any of you heal? Anybody?"
I used up all my healing on him.
I raised my hand in my sleep.
I know he's capable of healing, but he's just out cold right now.
We do have 2 supreme healing potions.
Oh, that is true.
We
We
do.
could give one to Dawes. That would probably wake you up.
No, he's
No?
he's healed. He's just
Oh.
strained. So
Well-
Ben is the only one that needs
Oh.
I'm
healing.
at
That's right.
13, but I'm not
Yeah, but
dead.
we're not
Yeah.
battling right
You gonna supreme healing potion?
now on Ben.
Mhm.
Well, I think Tanner has them.
I was gonna
Right.
say, who
I-
has
I
that?
have 2 of them. I
Oh.
have the 2.
He has the
Yeah.
2. Okay.
Yeah, in the
So
portable
just
hole.
I
get him
have
out of the patch.
2
Okay.
regular ones, which probably wouldn't hurt
You'd-
help very much.
You stick your hand in and grab the supreme healing potion. Okay, and you pour it down his mouth.
Yeah.
Okay,
Covering-
and
covering
it's-
his nose.
It's 20d4 plus 20, right?
Yeah.
For supreme?
Do you want me to roll on my phone?
No, I'll roll for it.
Okay.
Unless you want to roll.
Well, I
It's,
have the thing on my phone. I can
10,
do it instantly.
10d4 plus 20.
Oh, you have it too?
Mhm.
You can do it if you want.
10d4 plus 20.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. 34 points of healing.
Nice, pretty good for Ben.
Or no, 44. My bad. I had 10.
Even better for your. Yeah.
44 points, and you just see him just.
You good?
No.
We almost lost you there.
Please, just let me rest here for a little bit.
Rest? I can't hear you.
Cal, stop yelling at him.
Oh, what did he say?
What did he say though?
And you see he's just groaning in pain. He's conscious and alive, but he's out of commission.
Yeah.
He just, where's my sword?
It's safe, don't worry.
Okay.
You held on to that shard way too long.
He opens his eyes, and you just see, like, now one of his eyes is just faded. Like he could barely see out of the other one because it's just like squinted, but you see one of them is just. It
Don't
looks like it was
make me feel
also.
bad for this.
His
broke
eye
learner.
looks like it was also like kind of like
Tear.
scorched away a little bit, and like just that eye is no longer functional.
Oh. He doesn't need to know. It's fine.
And he's just barely breathing. Like his breathing is raspy, and he is not doing good
Yeah,
at all.
you're doing good. You got a lot of hits on him. You're doing good.
I feel like I got a few good
Yeah.
licks.
Yeah, you got a good one.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay here.
Yep, you just stay right there. And then I turn to Medic and I go, is there like a, do you guys have like a better, safer spot?
The shelter, probably.
Well, the doors are locked.
Yes, they stay locked until the commander will open them. But anybody who was outside of the gates before they close knows, or anybody in the city knows, get in before the gates close. Because they'll stay shut until the catastrophe is over.
Okay, well, I mean, but is there like a, have we found the best little alcove here, or is there
Probably.
a
Do
spot?
Do you guys need to
Okay.
get in the shelter? I can bring you in there.
What?
What?
My horse is still out.
Your horse is gone.
It stays there forever until it dies. It hasn't taken damage.
Your horse has left. Like
It
as soon as you guys got into the town and you were like going towards the shelter and stuff, it had vanished.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
I thought that was what it works now.
Mhm.
How it works now?
Yeah, different spot.
Yeah.
Aether powered.
Either
Maybe.
Maybe.
Uh,
I don't know what to do then.
okay. Yeah, just checking. I didn't know if you had like something else set up out here or not.
I don't.
Okay.
The best thing, I mean, we have over there at the table, but I doubt he wants to hear that.
No, like, he doesn't need to open the doors for us. We're fine.
Okay, this is probably the best place then.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And he's just kind of looking down and just concerned over Ben, and Ben is just in a bad sort.
Yeah.
Still alive, but in a bad sort.
We don't need to cut his hands off yet.
Yeah, so we're still good at 2 hands.
Yeah.
We don't have to have 3 hands. We're fine.
We're fine.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
as you guys are figuring out this situation, we're gonna pick up next week.
Yay.
Thank you guys so much for watching this epic cataclysmic battle that still is unfolding.
I shot a cannon.
And you shot a cannon multiple times.
So many
Hit
times.
once.
And he hit once.
7 shots.
I'm very upset about. We don't need to talk about that part.
That would have killed it.
So the weapons specialist, we're gonna have to talk to your superior about your
You know, this was a weapon. I think I did really good for not ever firing this before. You know.
She's a specialist. She has a sister. Yeah.
I do have a sister.
Her name is
and Cal
Susie.
doesn't know that.
Missing in action. What does that mean? Missing in what action? Because I only got 1 per turn. If you miss 1, wait another turn.
Joke's on you. I have 2 actions per turn.
Oh.
You lead us with 2 actions per turn.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just up here way better than all of you who have 1 action per turn.
Just here we go.
Next week. Go back next week. See if my fire
We'll
working.
see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.